Hello everyone. Today we continue with chapter 6 and learn this concept of distance of a point from a line. So we begin with theorem 6.5 here. The distance of a point P, that is alpha, from the line R is equal to A plus lambda B is given as root of alpha minus A the whole square minus alpha minus A dot B upon mod B the whole square. So remember, alpha is the position vector of point P, A is any point on the line, and B is the vector which is parallel to the given line. So in this case, the line R is equal to A plus lambda B passes through A, which has the position vector A bar. Now, suppose a perpendicular is drawn from point P towards the line, and if this perpendicular intersects the given line in point M, then M is known as the foot of the perpendicular drawn from P onto the line R is equal to A plus lambda B. So in this case, so we say that AM, that is length AM, this length AM is the projection of AP onto the line. That means length AM is the projection of AP bar on B bar. Now remember your projection formula in this case. That is, if we have two vectors A bar and B bar, we say that projection of A bar on B bar is given as A dot B upon mod B. So this is the projection of A on B. So in the same way, the projection of AP, the projection of this AP onto the vector B bar, okay, onto AM or to the vector B bar is given as onto the line or the vector B bar is given as AM, length AM is equal to AP dot B upon mod B, as you can see in the formula here. Now, AMP is a right angle triangle. In a right angle triangle, we know that for triangle AMP, we can write AP square is equal to PM square plus AM square by Pythagoras theorem. So modifying the Pythagoras theorem, we get now PM square. Remember, you have to find out PM, length PM. So PM square is equal to AP square minus AM square. Okay, modifying this particular formula. Then in this case, therefore, PM square becomes AP, that is mod AP square. From this, okay, PM square can be written as mod AP bar the whole square in vector form minus mod of AM bar the whole square. Now what is AP bar? AP bar is the position vector of P minus the position vector of A, that is alpha minus A. So AP bar becomes alpha minus A. So AP square becomes alpha minus A the whole square. Minus, what about AM square? AM square is this particular projection formula which you have written over here, that is AP dot B upon mod B. AP is written as alpha minus A. Thus we get alpha minus A dot B upon mod B the whole square. So in this case now, so PM becomes, taking square root on both the sides, PM becomes root of alpha minus A the whole square minus alpha minus A dot B upon mod B the whole square. Remember, PM is distance. So distance is always positive, and so the square root is also always positive. So thus we can find the distance. Suppose the vector equation of the line is given to us. Okay. Now there is another way in which we can find the distance of a point from the line if the Cartesian equation is given. So that we'll be seeing when we actually solve such sums. So next we are going to begin with exercise 6.2. So now we come to exercise 6.2. Let us see which sums deal with the concept of distance of a point from the line. The first sum of the exercise, find the length of the perpendicular from 2 minus 3 1 onto the line x plus 1 upon 2 is equal to y minus 3 upon 3 is equal to z plus 1 upon minus 1. So in this case, suppose P is a point. From P, we draw a perpendicular. So P has coordinates 2, minus 3 and 1. So from P, we draw a perpendicular this way onto the given line, which is suppose this one. Okay, in this way. And the equation of the given line is x plus 1 upon 2 is equal to y minus 3 upon 3, which is z plus 1 upon minus 1. This is the equation of the given line. So we want to find this perpendicular distance, and m is the foot of the perpendicular. Let us consider it that way. Now suppose we want to apply the given formula which we learned just now. That is distance of the point P from the given line r is equal to a plus lambda b. So the distance is given by this particular formula, that is root of mod of alpha minus a the whole square minus alpha minus a dot b upon mod b the whole square. So suppose we want to apply this particular formula. It is easy enough actually. Don't get afraid of looking at the formula. It is easy enough. See, if you can just figure out what is alpha, a and b, you can easily apply the formula. It is clear that in this case alpha, distance of the point P having position vector alpha. So alpha is given by these coordinates. So here alpha bar is equal to 2i from this 2i minus 3j plus k. That is alpha bar. And what about a bar? A bar is are the coordinates of a point on this line. Okay, a bar is given by the coordinates of a point on this line. So the coordinates of a point on this particular line, see, it's a Cartesian equation of the line. So consider the equation as x minus x1 upon a is equal to y minus y1 upon b is equal to z minus z1 upon c, where x1, y1, z1 are the coordinates of a point on the line. So in this case, a bar is equal to x1, y1, z1, which is actually minus 1. So a bar becomes minus, in this case, minus I, then plus 3j and minus k. This becomes our a bar in this case. Then what about b bar? B bar is a vector which is parallel to the line, and any vector which is parallel to the line is given by, can be the position vector of that, the position vector. Okay, that particular vector can be given from these direction ratios a, b, c. So 2, 3 and minus 1 gives us 2i plus 3j minus k. So in this way, we get all these three concepts, all these three values which are there. Now we need alpha minus a for us, isn't it? So alpha minus a is given by 2i minus 3j plus k, that is alpha minus a, which is minus I plus 3j minus k. Solving it further, 2i plus I gives us 3i, minus 3j gives us minus 6j, and k plus k gives us 2k. Remember, signs change after the minus sign. So this gives us alpha minus a. We need mod alpha minus a. So in this case, mod of alpha minus a is given as usual, mod of a vector. So we get 3 square plus minus 6 square plus 2 square, which is given by 9 plus 36 plus 4, and this comes out as, over here this comes out as 36 plus 4, 40 plus 9, 49, so root 49, and in this case, okay, root 49, we keep it that way. Why? Because we need alpha minus a the whole square. Okay, we can write it as 7 also, no problem, that way. Then what else do we require? Looking at the formula, we also require alpha minus a dot b. We already have alpha minus a, we also have b. So alpha minus a dot b can be written this way, which is given in this case as 3i. Alpha minus a is 3i minus 6j plus 2k dot b. B from the given question, we have 2i plus 3j and minus k. So this gives us 3 into 2. Remember how to find the dot product. Plus minus 6 into 3 plus 2 into minus 1, which gives us 6 minus 18 minus 2, which is minus 20 plus 6, that is minus 14. So alpha minus a dot b comes out as minus 14 over here. So we've got two of our answers, 7 first of all and this 14. What else do we require from the formula? From the formula, if you observe, we also require mod b. So from b we get mod b, and so mod b over here is root of 2 square plus 3 square plus minus 1 square, which comes out as, in this case, that is root of 4 plus 9 plus 1, which is root of 14. So thus we get the answer for mod b as well. Now we substitute this in the formula. So distance of the given, required distance over here in this case. Okay, let us write the distance as pm, or length pm. So therefore length pm, if p is a point and m is the foot of the perpendicular, then length pm according to the formula, it is root of alpha minus a the whole square, that is mod alpha minus a the whole square, minus alpha minus a dot b upon mod b, and again that the whole square. So all these answers we have with us now. So in this case, alpha minus a was 7 actually. So 7 square minus 7 into, that is alpha minus a dot b was minus 14, this answer. So minus 14 upon mod b was root 14, the whole square. So in this way. So now doing further, we get 49 minus, now minus and minus becomes plus in this bracket. So 14 square, so 14 into 14 upon root 14 square becomes 14. So in this way, one of the 14 gets cancelled from up and down, and therefore we get root 49 minus 14, which is root of 35 units. So this becomes a required distance. Length pm, distance of a point from the given line, becomes in this case root 35 units. The second question. Find the coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular drawn from the point 2i minus j plus 5k to the line r is equal to 11i minus 2j minus 8k plus lambda 10i minus 4j minus 11k. Also find the length of the perpendicular. So suppose there is a point called P over here, which has the position vector 2i minus j plus 5k, and we have the line as well over here. And the line is, say, r is equal to, the equation of the line is r is equal to the given equation over here, and P is a, from P a perpendicular is drawn to the line. Suppose consider this as the perpendicular, and M is the foot of the perpendicular. We are supposed to find the coordinates of M, and also we are supposed to find length Pm over here. So now that you understood what is to be found out, let us go further. So M is the foot of the perpendicular, drawn from P having this position vector to the line having the given equation. Therefore, now see, pay attention to this fact. M lies on the given line. That means M will have this particular position vector. So therefore, the position vector of M is equal to 11i minus 2j minus 8k plus lambda into the same thing. This way. Okay, so this we keep in mind. Now this can also be modified like this. That is, let us write all the terms in terms of I, j and k. Okay, so it becomes 11 minus 10 lambda. See, the I terms are 11i and 10i lambda. So it becomes 11 plus 10 lambda I plus minus 2, this minus 2, minus 4j, minus 4 lambda j and plus the k terms, that is minus 8 minus 11 lambda k. So the position vector of m can also be written this way. Now we have Pm bar. Vector Pm from here, from the figure, let us see the figure once again. Vector Pm. You know that the position vector of Pm bar would be m bar minus p bar. Okay, the position vector of m minus the position vector of p. So position vector of m minus position vector of p, which would be given by subtracting these two terms, this one and p, this term. Okay, so we get 11 plus 10 lambda I, the entire position vector for m minus the entire position vector for p. Okay, this position vector. So it is minus 2i minus j plus 5k. This way. So having written this, we can simplify this further by getting these terms, that is, now all the I terms were writing together anyway, isn't it? So we get over here in the bracket 11 plus 10 lambda minus 2 into I plus the same thing here, minus 2 minus 4 lambda minus and minus plus 1 j plus minus 8 minus 11 lambda and minus and plus minus 5k. This way. So then in the next step, this becomes now 11 minus 2, that is 9 plus 10 lambda into I plus minus 2 plus 1, that is minus 1 minus 4 lambda into j and plus minus 8 minus 5 is minus 13 minus 11 lambda into k. So this becomes the position vector for Pm bar. Okay, Pm bar is given by this particular vector. Now we also know that Pm bar is perpendicular to the given line. Okay, so now this vector, that is Pm bar, is perpendicular to the given line. Now what is the equation for the given line? Just look at it once again. What is the given equation for the given line? This is the equation for the given line. If we compare this to A plus lambda B, just compare this to A plus lambda B, we get B bar as this particular vector, and that means B is a vector which is parallel to the line. So suppose B is a vector here. Okay, so this is a vector which is parallel to the line, and B bar has this particular values. Okay, B bar has this particular value. That means Pm is perpendicular to B bar. Okay, so that is what I wanted to tell you over here. Pm is perpendicular to B bar or this vector, and thus we get over here So we write here PM is perpendicular to B bar. And therefore we get PM dot B is equal to 0. Okay, if B is 10i minus 4j minus 11k, then PM dot B is equal to 0. Okay, because the dot product of vectors which are perpendicular to 0, you know that very well. And that means we can write over here 9 plus 10 lambda I plus minus 4 minus 1 minus 4 lambda j plus minus 13 minus 11 lambda k dot the vector B, which is 10i minus 4j minus 11k, and this is 0 actually. The dot product is 0, and so solving it further, we are going to get over here 9 plus 10 lambda into 10 plus minus 1 minus 4 lambda into minus 4 plus minus 13 minus 11 lambda into the last value, that is minus 11, which is 0, and solving it, so we get 90 plus 100 lambda plus 4 plus 16 lambda and plus 143, okay, plus 121 lambda is equal to 0. Now solving it further, we get 90 plus 4, that is 94 plus 143, which becomes 237, plus 100 plus 16, 116 plus 121, okay, we get it as again 237 lambda is equal to 0, and from this we get lambda is equal to minus 1. So we get the value of lambda is equal to minus 1, and therefore the position vector of M, which is the same as the equation of the given line, which is actually 11i minus 2j plus minus 8k plus lambda into 10i minus 4j minus 11k. This from the question. So the position vector of M becomes this way. Now we put the value for lambda here. So we get 11i minus 2j minus 8k minus 1 into lambda is minus 1. So minus 1 into the remaining. And thus we are going to get then here minus 10i plus 4j and plus 11k. So 11i minus 10i becomes I, minus 2 plus 4 becomes 2j, and minus 8 plus 11 becomes 3k. So this becomes the position vector for M. Now in the question it has been asked to find the coordinates of M. So therefore the coordinates of M, coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular, so the coordinates of M become the coefficient of I, j and k here. So this is given by this 1, 2 and 3. So this becomes our first answer, the coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular here. Okay, so this becomes your first answer. Then going further, we also need to find out over here, we also need to find out the distance PM, length of the perpendicular also they have asked us to find out. So for that we use distance formula for PM. Okay, so PM bar is equal to, now subtracting both these values, subtracting the value for P, the position vector for P, which is, sorry, subtracting the position vector for M minus P it is. So the position vector of M is I plus 2j plus 3k minus the position vector of P from the given question. P is actually 2I minus j plus 5k. So we get over here I plus 2j plus 3k minus 2I plus j minus 5k. And thus we get Pm bar as minus I plus 3j minus 2k. This is Pm bar. Now the distance becomes mod Pm bar. Okay, the required distance, length of the perpendicular, it becomes mod Pm bar, which is root of minus 1 square plus 3 square plus minus 2 square. So this becomes the second answer actually. So the question was in two parts. Find the perpendicular, find the coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular, and also find the length of the perpendicular. So both the answers is what we have found out. The fifth sum, find the perpendicular distance of the point 1, 0, 0 from the line x minus 1 upon 2 is equal to y plus 1 upon minus 3 is equal to z plus 10 upon 8. Also find the coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular. Essentially the question looks the same like the previous one. The only difference here is that the Cartesian equations of the line are given and the point also is in Cartesian coordinate form. That is the difference. You can either convert it into vector form and do it like the previous sum, or use this particular method which I am giving it here. Okay. So in this case, again, suppose P is the point which is given. The coordinates of P are 1, 0, 0. Now what is the question? From P, a perpendicular is drawn towards this particular line. Suppose this is a given line. Having this particular, say L1 is a given line, having this particular equation. And so from P, we draw a perpendicular towards line L, line L1, and M is the foot of the perpendicular. We are supposed to find the coordinates of M and also distance PM. So in this case, again, let M be the foot of the perpendicular drawn from P having the coordinates 1, 0, 0 to the given line. That is line which has the equation x minus 1 upon 2 is equal to y plus 1 upon minus 3, which is equal to z plus 10 upon 8, and let us write it as lambda. Say it is lambda. Now M is a point on the line. So from this particular equation, we have x is equal to, see, x minus 1 upon 2 is lambda. So x is equal to, it becomes 2 lambda plus 1. Similarly, y is equal to, again over here, minus 3 lambda minus 1. And z is equal to 8 lambda minus 10. So from this equation, we get this actually. So this is these are the coordinates of any point on the line. Now, M is lying on the line. Therefore, the coordinates of M are also this only. Okay, so we write the coordinates of M. So therefore, the coordinates of M are given by the same thing, 2 lambda plus 1 minus 3 lambda minus 1, 8 lambda minus 10. So by now you must have guessed what is to be done. Yes, first we have to find the value of lambda, and once we know the value of lambda, we can know the coordinates of M actually. So now the direction ratios. Direction ratios of, say, segment PM of PM are, Now how to find the direction ratios of a line? We subtract the coordinates actually. So the direction ratios of PM will be M minus P. Okay, these coordinates minus the coordinates of P. So in Cartesian form, this is how we find the direction ratios. So direction ratios of PM are 2 lambda plus 1. The coordinates of P are 1, 0, 0. So minus 1. Similarly, minus 3 lambda minus 1 minus 0 and 8 lambda minus 10 minus 0. This way. So this comes out as 2 lambda and similarly minus 3 lambda minus 1 and similarly 8 lambda minus 10. So these are the direction ratios of PM. Now PM is perpendicular to the given line. The direction ratios of the given line Now let us see once again the line. The given line is this. Okay, from this, actually from the previous lectures, you must be knowing that from this given line, we can find the direction ratios of the line, which are these denominators, that is 2, minus 3 and 8. So those are the direction ratios of the line. So they are 2, minus 3 and 8. Now the given line. Now we have PM perpendicular to the given line. Okay, so PM is perpendicular to the given line. And therefore, when two lines are perpendicular, when we multiply the direction ratios, we get 0. Corresponding values, when we multiply, we are going to get 0 and add also. So this is again a fact which I have learned earlier. So therefore, we have 2 lambda into 2 plus minus 3 lambda into, that is minus 3 lambda minus 1 into minus 3 plus 8 lambda minus 10 into 8 is equal to 0. So this is a fact which you will have to remember anyway. So thus we get 4 lambda plus 9 lambda plus 3 plus 64 lambda minus 80 is equal to 0. And this gives us 77 lambda minus 77. You can add and see. Okay, 77 lambda minus 77 is 0 and therefore lambda is equal to 1. So we get the value of lambda as 1 in this case. Now we can find the coordinates of M, the coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular. So therefore the coordinates of M are, now putting lambda in this particular value of M. Okay, so M had the coordinates this. So putting lambda is equal to 1 in this, we get the actual coordinates of M. So in this case, we get 2 into 1, 2 lambda plus 1 becomes 2 into 1 plus 1, minus 3 lambda minus 1 becomes minus 3 into 1 minus 1, and 8 lambda minus 10 becomes 8 into 1 minus 10, which becomes 3 minus 4 and minus 2. So thus we get our first answer in this case. The first one which they told us to find out, that we are getting over here. Now the second value is finding the perpendicular distance, finding what is PM. Now to find PM, we take the help of distance formula. So the perpendicular distance of P from the given line is given as PM is equal to, by using distance formula, P, the coordinates of P we already know, they are 1, 0, 0, and M, the coordinates are 3, minus 4, minus 2. So we get 3 minus 1 the whole square plus minus 4 minus 0 the whole square plus minus 2 minus 0 the whole square. Okay, so in this case, P is actually 1, 0, 0. Okay, remember that. So here the value comes out to be root of 3 minus 1 square, that is 2 square plus 4 square plus again 2 square, which comes out as root of 4 plus 16 plus 4, which is root 24. Writing it in a proper manner, that is we can write it as 6 into 4, and therefore we are going to get this value as 2 root 6, and this is the perpendicular distance of P from the given line, that is it. So this is our second answer as well. So this becomes our second answer. Now you do realize, isn't it, that we have done so far the first, second, fifth sum, and now we come to the sixth question. So these are the questions of the exercise which deal with the concept which we learned just now, that is distance of a point from the line. There are other questions which deal with other concepts actually. So we are doing these sums over here. Okay. So previous one was the fifth sum. Now we come to the sixth question. The question is A 104, B 0 minus 11 13 and C 2 minus 3 1 are 3 points, and D is a foot of the perpendicular from A to BC. Find the coordinates of D. So A is a point given here and BC is a line for us. BC is this particular line having points B and C here, and from A a perpendicular is drawn onto BC, and D is the foot of this perpendicular. D is the point where the perpendicular touches BC. We are supposed to find the coordinates of D. They have given us the coordinates of A, B, and C. Okay, these are given to us. So we are supposed to find the foot of the perpendicular from A to BC. So now, what is the equation of a line passing through 2 points? The Cartesian equation of a line passing through 2 points. So equation of a line passing through 2 points the points are x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2. Suppose we take it that way. Okay. So this equation is given. We have learned the previous theory about it, isn't it? This equation of the line is given as x minus x1 upon x2 minus x1. Yes, now that you remember it, y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1 and z minus z1 upon z2 minus z1. The Cartesian equations are these. So therefore we can write the equation of line BC Okay, the equation of line BC becomes this way, that is x minus x1, x1 let us take it as 0. So x minus 0 upon x2 minus x1, 2 minus 0, which is equal to y minus minus 11 from here upon minus 3 minus minus 11, which is equal to z minus 13 upon 1 minus 13, this way. So it becomes x upon 2 is equal to y plus 11 upon 11 minus 3, that is 8, which is equal to z minus 13 upon minus 12. So this is the equation of line BC. Suppose we take it equal to lambda. Now the sum becomes similar to the one which we did previously. It becomes similar to the fifth sum which we did previously. Okay, over here. So suppose D is a point on the line. See, from the figure that we drew just now, D is a point on the line AD. So when we draw a perpendicular AD, D is a foot of the perpendicular. So D lies on the line. So any point D will have accordingly coordinates of the line, isn't it? So over here from this equation, let me help you out a little further. So therefore, x is equal to 2 lambda we have, y is equal to 8 lambda minus 11, and z is equal to minus 12 lambda plus 13, modifying all this. So therefore, any point on the line, since D lies on the line, BC, the coordinates of D are given as D is given by this point, this one, that is 2 lambda, 8 lambda minus 11 and minus 12 lambda plus 13. Okay, so now you know the coordinates of A and D. You are doing the sum yourself and completing this. Okay, so you are finding the position vector of AD, or rather the direction ratios of AD, and then you know the direction ratios of the given line 2, 8 and minus 12, and accordingly you can find the value of lambda, put it in the equation and get the coordinates of D. Okay, so you are going to complete this sum as an assignment, because refer to the fifth sum, exactly like the fifth sum the steps are now. Okay, so fifth and the sixth sum completed then. Okay. So this is all the 4 sums of the given exercise which we have done over here. More sums are there in the exercise which we will be completing in the next lecture. Thank you so much for listening, students.